4 months of fighting across Sudan has the country deep in crisis, with the United Nations warning of a humanitarian disaster.
About 67% of hospitals in the affected areas are out of service. In these past 4 months, since the conflict began, WHO has verified 53 attacks on healthcare, which have killed 11 people, injured 38, and along with other disruptions, these attacks have denied access to care for tens of thousands of people.
The UN estimates that the ongoing conflict between the army and its RSF offshoot has led to the loss of access to medical services for more than 11 million people, including 4 million children. And it's not only the healthcare system that's suffering.
Since the start of the conflict in Sudan on the 15th of April, over 4.3 million people have been forced to flee. This includes over 900,000 refugees and asylum seekers who fled to neighboring countries, and 195,000 South Sudanese forced to return to South Sudan. Within Sudan, over 3.2 million people have been internally displaced, including more than 187,000 refugees already residing in the country.
The fighting hasn't let up, intensifying in recent weeks, especially around the capital, Khartoum. Malika Gar, the deputy head of Sudan's governing council, said on Wednesday that the conflict could only be resolved through dialogue. The remarks seem to soften the stance portrayed by Sudan's army chief and de facto ruler, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, a day earlier.
We pledge to you, all honorable people, to celebrate very soon, with the help of God and His blessing, a victory on this disastrous rebellion to preserve this country and its people.
Analysts warn that if the fighting continues, the conflict could escalate and drag in Sudan's neighbors.
We've got similar ethnic Arab groups coming in from neighboring countries, from Chad, from Niger, and so on. And they are joining in the violence, thereby internationalizing it. And I think what will happen is that this is going to get worse and worse.
With no signs of a break in the fighting, the expansion of the conflict beyond Sudan's borders now appears likely. Shoaib, Hasan, TRT World.